Greetings, friends. Today we start a new phase of our gatherings in the garden. And this is a special time, first full moon of the 2025, the Aries full moon. Very special time. And it's very special to be together in our space that we created throughout the years. Our ashramic space of togetherness, our group garden. This year is the year of vigil for all of us. Standing in alignment with the hierarchy. Listening together with each other, and together with the hierarchy. Listening to the sound of presence. The format of our meeting today will be somewhat different than usual when we meet on the full moon. Starting from this full moon, we will be using a new meditative format, the technique of presence. Some of you might remember this technique that's been used in our daily vigil around a year ago. It's a technique that's been adopted from the book The Glamour World Problem. And it seems most appropriate for this time and for the task that is in front of us, as we understand, to be and to listen, and to recognize what is coming, receive it, and radiate it to humanity. And as always, we start with our alignment, candle lightning ceremony alignment. And the purpose of this ceremony, as you remember, is to bring us together across the space, passing the flame from one heart to another heart, building together our group heart. And today, as we go offering our flame, we invite us, besides saying our name and where we're connecting from, to share what is the topic that's most resonant for you at this full moon, if you have one. What is that quality of this energy of Aries that resonates for you the most? And we suggest that this year we look not just at the quality of the sign itself, but to the energy, the quality of energy of the sign itself and its opposite, which we know in essence is the same energy. So let us, as we meditate today and share about the qualities of Aries, also think about qualities of Libra, which is opposite to Aries. And as we reflect on those qualities, seek to recognize that essential quality of energy that unites both signs. And following our ceremony, as usual, we will go into meditation right away. So I will start, And today, Katya and I, we don't have a candle because we are traveling at this time. And so we're connecting tonight, for us it's a night, from Darjeeling in India. And I forgot to say that my name is Alexander Ilchuk, and the topic that's for me resonant this full moon is the fiery alignment. Listening the sound of silence while holding the fiery alignment. And that is the quality of Aries, and at the same time it's the quality of Libra, holding the point of focused balance, focused equilibrium. And I pass the flame of my heart to Andrea.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrea, and I am calling in from home, really my home in Manchester, Vermont. And I am going to try to light a candle with matches that have been sitting around for a while. Come on. Come on. Well, for now, here's my candle. It is not lit, but it is in my heart. So there it is. And I think that the quality that I bring is, I'll combine it with Libra's, resting in the light of life itself. But also that is so drenched with the energy of compassion. And I will send this on to Jillian. Is she here? Yes, Jillian.
Thanks, Andrea. I'm Gillian Douglas from Norfolk, UK. And my thought for Aries is one-pointed will. And for Libra, that one-pointed will must be kept in equilibrium. So I will hand on to Kiki.
Thanks, Julian. Hello, I'm Kiki Bill. I'm in Washington, D.C. today. And, got it. Light the candle of the heart to all of you. There we go. And the quality that I guess it was both as well, dynamic balance. And I pass to Annette.
Hello, everyone. I'm Annette, and I live in Tuscany, Italy. And I light my candle now. There it is. Sending you all love and goodwill. For Aries, I see it as a sign of fire and one-pointed will. And with the influence of Libra, that fire can be balanced and directed intelligently. I pass the lighted flame to Ben.
Here I am, Ben, in New York. I light a candle. Here in the Bronx. It has the Holy Mother on it, and a heart, and a cross, and an anchor for faith, for hope, and for love. I've been thinking of volcanoes erupting into the waters of the seas. Aries, Pisces, Neptune. When the steam clears, there's a new land. And there's a quote I've been meditating on. When a complex system is far from equilibrium, small islands, the new lands, islands of coherence in a sea of chaos, have the capacity to shift the entire system to a higher order. I passed the flame on to Helen.
I have a light candle here in England. There we are. And I think I'll just quote this little bit about the arrows of thought. Thus glow the tips of the arrows of thought, because thought pierces the radiant substance and creates worlds. And I think we are in the midst of the creation of a new world at this time. Thank you. Is there anyone else to pass the flame to?
Yes, definitely.
Catherine? Yeah.
Thank you, Helen. I light this candle as an expression of my heart and my aliveness, which is, I believe, is supported by the Aries. There's a joyful ebullience to being that I have been feeling recently. And I see the balance of Libra as one of inclusion, that there's that strong sense of being and also this inclusion in a balancing or fair or kind way. I'm live in Pahoa, Hawaii. I'm very close to the chaos of volcanic eruptions. There's a pause right now. about 30 miles from here. It's the 17th pause in a series of eruptions in our park. It's actually in the national park. And it seems to be dancing along with the eruptions and the beginnings and the endings of this time. Thank you for this gathering, and I pass this flame to Katya.
Yes, and thank you. As Alexander said, we are in Himalayas, the beginning of Himalayas, Darjeeling, India. And it is one of the centers that hides the light and always puzzles me. What is it, really? But the presence here is tangible, and this Aryan moment, the will that passes to us through the chain of the higher holders. Like how do we hold it and distribute and share it with a new group? And Libra, it's the same alignment, just the moment that this impulse that passes down in the Aries rises back up, and the alignment becomes vertical, holding the horizontal in place. So we invoke the presence of the heart that's needed to hold that line. There was dynamic balance, somebody said. Stability in motion. Yeah. And I'm passing over to Maria Christina. Over to you.
Mute. Thank you. Thank you. Maria Cristina Donadieu. Thank you, Katya. In the Tucson, Arizona, at a park. I have no candle, but I have a flaming flower. And in the background, I'm with singers. When we started speaking, we're singing what we were going to focus on. And the song being sung was I Choose Joy. I choose joy. How fourth ray. I'm very for may we be led from chaos to beauty. And this singing to me that is going on is a manifestation of this incoming fourth ray of leading to beauty, even as, and I do recognize the need for the balance in which we take our stand at that point of the balance. And yet there's movement. Maybe it's up and down in relation to levels of service. But anyway, I don't know. We are also spiritual warriors. We're also may we be fourth ray. harmony and joy through conflict. And we battle for, not against. So I guess I will just say that we are singing fires. We are singing fires with hearts at rest. I hope that wove together. And I'm passing my flower fire song connection to Joe Waltz.
Thank you, Maria, and thank all of you. First time I have a candle lit. Ha ha ha. Never been any place that I could have a candle lit. So what came to my mind today, and it's been actually enhanced and growing as you all speak, is solar fire, and how we are together and have since we started together. I remember actually very vividly the first Wesak that we came together in the garden. I still have the pictures, the flowers that we brought to share, as well as the candles. And this year, I've been focusing on the first rule for disciples and initiates within the fire of mind. That solar fire focused within the head's clear light in Aries. Let the group stand. The burning ground has done its work. The clear, cold light, and I think that is the cold light of Libra, shines forth, and cold it is. And here to me is the most important part. And yet the heat evoked by the group love permits the warmth of energetic moving out. And it is with this group and all who join us and all who are in all of our groups that we join together to stand in the aura of the new group of world servers and to feel the warmth of that energetic moving out. So that as we move forward, we can see the door behind us in our energetic moving out. And behind the group, there stands the door. And before us opens out the way. So let us, as a band of brothers and sisters, move forward together in this light, this growing consciousness, and allow, as we move and unify even more our approach as we move towards the Wesak into Taurus, that this light will grow and that aura, that, what is DK called the aura? It is a sphere of influence and the quality. So the sphere of influence of the new group and the qualities of the new group inform every moment of our being. And it's easy to forget, and me included, that we are in these places and spaces where we have the opportunity to bring that in any moment to those who are around us. I happen to be at this point in time back in a very rural area on the border of California and Oregon, in the trees and the beauty of the spring. And most people here live off the grid. They all grow their own food. They care for the forest. They care for the world. They care for the environment. And the children, being in touch with the children who are growing up with this loving expression of the mother of the world. It feeds and fuels the solar fire in me to be able to support them in whatever they're doing and to hold them in the highest as we hold all of our children and all of those who are taking, as those of us move to the other side of the veil, those who are taking and leading and carrying the banners of solar fire to assist humanity as we move forward in what will be decades, centuries of challenge. So the warmth that you bring fuels the solar fire in me, and I hope to bring that wherever I go. You're all a blessing. Thank you so much for your steadfastness. And I think, Marty, have you had it handed off to you yet? There you go.
From Dallas, Texas, lighting my little candle. And it is always so enriching to be in the presence of this group and these lovely minds and your enlightened sentiments. And in this time of such turbulence, and I live in the center of it in North Texas, and one of my friend disciples calls me an ambassador or a missionary because Texas is a pretty unfriendly place politically, and yet we bear the light. And I merge my thoughts with those of yours that have been expressed so beautifully. And I'm reminded of the hands-off movement that just recently happened all around our country and indeed all around the world. And I'm also reminded of what one enlightened student said, let's be hands-on. Let's affirm hands-on love, hands-on peace, hands-on cooperation, hands-on all of the affirmations that, that we, all of the reaching that we're doing to bring heaven to earth. And then my statement in that regard of hands-on related to Aries is right action. Let's be doing what we need to do in the way we need to do it. And with the influence of the fairness of Libra. Thank you, and blessings and love to all of you. And I pass to, I don't know, I was here a little late. Has Lynn gone?
Not yet.
Lynn.
Hello, friends. I apologize. I've been involved in, I hopefully a new group that may end up joining us, some new people, and all these astrological influences seemingly right now on me as an Aries, I think especially I'm feeling personally, has taken me out of any sense of time that I normally have. So I'm very late in getting here. My intention was to be here from the beginning. So I've missed a lot of the wonderful things you've said, but my heart and mind are always with you, and my love. And I love what I just heard. I'm going to try to be involved in sending love everywhere still. Thank you for allowing me to be part of the groups. That's about it for me.
And I will give you a hint, Lynn, that Annette from Denmark didn't speak yet.
Yes, good.
To Annette.
Thank you. I'm lighting my candle. And yes, I am from Denmark. And the words for Aries and Libra is for me standing in the middle of the zodiac. and I've thought of a lot of things, but they have been said by others. So I will say the will to cooperation and to brotherhood. Thank you.
And at last, but not least, someone joining us from African continent, Daniela.
Oops. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry to appear in the dark. I am on a sailboat in Egypt. We are approaching the Nile. We are on the Nile, approaching the city of Luxor from the south. And I wish I could transmit to you the softness, the nourishment, the all-embracing energies of this beautiful country and the river. I'm seated just beneath the nearly full moon, and still Orion and Sirius are visible. And I don't have a candle, but I am happily lighting my heart and sharing the light with you, everyone. And the quality that is very present these days is seeds of life, of knowledge, of lots of remembrance of the future seeds. And yet these seeds being of, maybe multidimensional is the word that I'm looking for. It is as if they are already vibrating with life, and somewhere already manifested, not only seeds, but manifested. That's it from me. Love you.
So with this, I invite us to turn off our cameras and bring our inner eye to recognize and sense our togetherness. And just
For those who were a little late, I'll just say that we have a change in meditation.
yes. So just a little bit slow because today I have to operate the slides. Usually Claire doing it, but today she's joining us subjectively. So today we do a new meditative format. It's a technique of presence adopted from the book Glamour the World Problem, pages 178 to 183. We will start with short musical interlude, and while we hear the music, let us sense our togetherness, etherically connected across the space, but being together. Daniela, can you confirm if the music is heard?
Yes.
Yes.
And now let's expand our focus, recognizing our togetherness with all our group brothers and sisters in many other circles in which we serve. And expand our circle further, linking with all those points of light around the world, all those individuals and groups united with the inner purpose of serving humanity. One Planetary Server. And we bring our focus back into the center of our group. And from our hearts, project the rainbow bridge towards the hierarchy. The group of the Karana. Holding this horizontal and vertical alignment. Technique of the presence. The three preliminary steps should precede all efforts to develop the intuition. This may take several months or even years of careful preparation. The following stages need to be thoroughly understood and form the basis of prolonged brooding and intelligent reflection, carried on through the daily life and not at certain set times. These stages are a formula for a more advanced meditation attitude, not a form. Preliminary steps. 1. Evoke the stage of tension. This is basis is basic and essential. The tension is brought about by complete control of the personal self, so that it is fitted for contact with the real. Two, achieve a state of fusion with the soul or with the angel, which guards the approach to the path of the higher evolution. Three, hold the mind steady in the light of the soul. The point of tension is to be held by the soul and not by an effort of the personality. This is the attitude of the lower self for the entire remaining period of work. The formula, stages 4 to 8. Make an effort to sense the presence throughout the universe. Not theoretically, but in vibrating response to its existence. See in the light which the angel radiates the point of light behind all phenomenal appearances, the germ or seed of divinity in all forms and in all presentations of truth. As the greater light of the soul becomes focused like a radiant sun, it reveals the stupendous vision of the presence. Attempt to ascertain the purpose, seeking expression through form at any particular point in the evolutionary cycle. Purpose, seeking expression through form. Identify the triple light of the intuition formed by blending the light of the personal self, focused in the mind, the light of the soul, focused in the angel, and the universal light which the presence emits. Now, carry some world problem or some design which the mind has evolved or the heart has desired for the helping of humanity into this triple light of the intuition. Preparation for revelation. Relinquish the highway. Return to the angel. Refocus in the soul. Pause for constructive thinking under the influence of the angel. turn the mind to the formulation of those forms of thought which must embody the revelation. Pause. This is the pause preceding presentation. Presentation of the revelation. The revelation is presented and precipitated into the world of illusion, where it undergoes a fiery ordeal. Some of the fire within that which is revealed wings its way back to the source from whence it came. Some of it serves to destroy the revealer, and some to burn those who recognize the revelation. The revelation succumbs to the prevailing illusion, descends into the world of glamour, and subsequently disappears as a revelation, emerging as a doctrine. But in the meantime, humanity has been helped and led forward. The intuitives continue work, and the inflow of that which is to be revealed never ceases. We sound together the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men. the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. And holding the recognition of the presence, we can share in our circle our impressions.
I can speak on a powerful meditation, point of tension held by the soul. And the angel guards the entrance. The angel, a great defending wall of love and light, becoming, reflecting, absorbing the dweller. The fire, the solar fire of the angel working with fire by friction creates beauty. It's creative, a creative coming into manifestation of the beautiful. Great gratitude to each and all of us. Together we come.
I can follow that because Maria Christina, when you said together we come, I immediately responded, together we move, guided and led by the soul we serve, and by thee, the Master we know. And what came to me in this meditation, which was so powerful and beautiful and perfect in this moment, is that although we look to Aries as beginning, that the truth is there is no beginning and there is no end. That as souls, we are given the gift of incarnation in timeless space. We come again and again and again, and only in our humanity do we see endings and beginnings, because truly we are on a path in a journey that doesn't have an end or a beginning, but is a constancy with the gift of lifetimes to bring us to greater and greater understanding and ultimately revelation of that truth. And I was struck by an aspect that is in that glamour book about that as form we don't recognize that, but it is that spirit within that is eternal. So thank you. It's beautiful.
The image that came to me is the one I have put in my profile. I also put it in the chat. And it's the never-ending, Andrea mentioned, vertically and horizontally. It's the message of the angel, peace on earth, goodwill to men, which we are calling down and passing out.
This is Catherine, and the power of the seed and the containing that within the seed is the fires and sustainability of creation that presence evokes in me. So as I center and am present to presence, the fire of and vitality of immortal cycles into incarnations at this time of year, that also that create that fire that is contained in every seed, and the potentiality and the presence of each seed. That is where I rest. So I rest into the presence, into the fires of potentiality.
Well, thank you. Truly, there is no time outside of our reality. And in truth, we have cycles. The end is approaching the beginning. So life on this planet has cycles, and it is helpful for the development. It's the end in the beginning is separated, as Tibetan says, for the purpose of the better understanding. With each next step on the spiral. And this process of fire destroying water, which is very much present in volcanic activity, and this essence of our planetary logos, the fiery essence, comes out and meets the water, it evaporates the water, and it becomes soil, and it meets the air. And we can see forward. The power to overcome the form as doctrine and see past that to the fact that humanity is moved forward. Intuitives continue their work. The group does stand in the fire. Thank you.
This is Lynn. I saw a picture of us dancing with the Devas and was aware of how much humanity influences the natural world on so many levels. And as we are in our higher selves and raised up, we raise everything with us, as the spiritual teachings say. And I see it in specific form as the way that weather reflects the state of humanity so often, and that when we are in our higher selves, I think we can consciously ask to participate with devas, them with us with them, and often each in our own location can affect the weather by sending love and asking for right balance And often storms, I think, are brought in with love rather than violence. I see that happen a lot. That's what I saw. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, here. What I wanted to share is the overpowering thought idea that came through the meditation is actually the words that came are nothing can stop life. No thing can stop life. And it reminds me of that tremendous will which manifests through life and love and light. Thank you.
This technique of presence been adopted from the book, as I mentioned, the Glamour, quite a number of years ago, and it was done by Steve Nation and Barbara Vallacor, and we've been practicing this meditation, this meditative attitude in our group, Lifebridge group, for many years, and it's always been a recognition of the power that comes through this alignment, through this meditative attitude. Because as it says at the beginning, it's not a form, it's attitude that had to be held throughout the day. And yet, today, in preparation for this meeting, as I read it again, just to prepare, what struck me is that as if this technique been given for this time, for this year, when the work group, or the part of the work group, can consciously stand in alignment with the hierarchy, as the hierarchy meditates on the purpose held in Shambhala, to envision the plan for the next 100 years. As each stage in this technique, it brings us into alignment with that meditation that hierarchy holds this year. And none of us knows how to meditate with a hierarchy at this time. And it just feels like one of those gifts that decay hid in the books between the pages, and it just coming in the right time. So we learn by doing it. So let us keep notes of all the impressions that come, and probably we'll learn more as we go. What is the role of the group, the wider group, not just our group, but the wider group in this process this year.
Thank you, Alexander. I think that provides a wonderful context for those of us who have been working with the techniques, all of them, in the Glamour book, because this is so important at this time. And synchronistically, a group formed last year to work specifically on glamour, and they've evolved to the point where we're working toward being able to deal with world glamour. And this particular part of the Glamour book is part of a kind of a steady contemplative process that we've been utilizing every Sunday to do the progression from ideas to ideals to understanding illusion. And this dovetails in very beautifully with what we're looking at in terms of what is for a lot of people a scary word, the word revelation. It's as if, well, that's beyond me. That's not my job, kind of. Or even in a group, because to do this, one has to be in that subjective space. And I think for many that I've heard from, the idea of knowing thyself, as DK says, and proceeding slowly and with caution is good advice. And I really treasure the specific examples that people have offered today of what they experienced in their impressions, because that builds the group's capacity to become oriented to this level of what DK calls tension, a point of tension. And in working to dispel glamour, that point of tension is a gathering of the light of the brain, the light of mind, and the light of the soul. So the soul works onto the astral plane. But in the technique of the presence that we just did, this is taking us to a different point, a higher point of tension. And we're working with the mind, with the solar vehicle, with the light of mind, with the light of the soul, and reaching toward the light of the presence. So it is a really important process. And intuition will come even for those who may not have experienced something that is sensed and known as an intuitive grasp and application of a divine idea or a seed thought. So I think this is really timely, and I value deeply the commitment of this group to move along with this process and utilize it, because I do think that it does develop the intuitive process that we need. And it allows us to reach higher and to move on the horizontal as well as the vertical dimensions, approaching the angel, the presence, so that we can dispel the illusions, and the light will be, the true light, the world of ideas will be revealed. So let us continue, let us do this, let us dedicate ourselves to this process.
Alexander, is it possible that you could send the meditation to the group?
Yes, I will put the link now in the chat. And if you want me to email it to you, just please contact me directly.
I thought it came to me that our group can work along with all other groups at raising the group's consciousness and thus raising the consciousness on Earth, because our planet, I'm looking a bit into the future here, our planet needs to also become sacred like the other sacred planets in the solar system. And then everything moves forward more towards synthesis.
Well, two things. I believe it is really the moment going forward that we are building our group capacity to really hands-on experience and live with what we were studying, meditating for many years, and probably many lives. And as a group, which makes it really different from before. And also, today I didn't do astrology, but when I put a little note that Mars is the planet, the energy of Mars comes through Mars, is supporting the path of revelation. And yet we have Neptune entering Aries, and this is a great opportunity to bridge from the path of Mars to the path of Neptune, the path of intuition, of group intuition, and connect those two at the higher octave. And it's a big task. It's probably, again, maybe for many lives, but now we can seed the beginning if we focus on this aspect. Because the rule also of Aries is Mars, as well as Mercury. And so this is a great opportunity, astrologically speaking. And we welcome groups' impression about this shift in meditation. So thank you, because we thought it would be right to work with this with this attitude. Of course, connecting with the work of many groups that do glamour meditation in different ways. Michael Robbins used to do that as well with Tuya, and it is essential. Thank you.
I see Daniela share it impression in the chat. I don't know if Daniela, if you want to voice it, or should I just read it?
I can voice it. Apologies. So, um, as, uh, as I said in the chat, while we were voicing the Great Invocation, our sailboat here was passing by the Luxor Temple. On one side, on the east side, and on the left side is something called the Sacred Mountain, the realm of the goddess who likes the silence. And the temple itself is dedicated to rejuvenation of pharaohs, and yet it is also known as the temple of man. And I find it rather significant, the moment we voiced, as if our invocation went through the temple from its top to the bottom, from the crown chakra to all the way to the feet. Voila. And I feel we all were there. Everybody with me, in a way.
Of course, that's why we do the etheric connection at the beginning. Thank you, friends. And so the revelation never ceases. Let us now radiate the light that we collected into our group Chalice. By sounding the mantra of light. Radiance we are and power. We stand forever with our hands stretched out, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the subtle world of glamour. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent place and bring from thence the gift of understanding. Thus with the light we work and turn the darkness into day. Thank you, friends. Going back into the world with hands on, radiating the light. And we keep our connection through every day and every deed. Much love.